We're back with the S13, and now it's time to swap everything over onto the new motor. Hopefully it doesn't take too long, because I want to put it back in already. But we don't want to get too excited, because that's when mistakes happen. But we'll swap everything over as much as possible, or the stuff that this motor needs, and then we'll throw it back in, see how this goes. All right, pretty much got one side done. I got the exhaust manifold with the turbo off, all the lines on this side. The motor mount I had to transfer onto the other one because they were different. I just got to put the accessory brackets on the other one, and I got to go get some crush washers for the oil supply and the coolant. And then I'm also going to get some RTV so I could transfer this little plate over, because it has a temp sensor. And the other motor doesn't. I'm not going to transfer this one because the other one looks a lot better and it looks new, so I think it'll be fine. And I gotta take the clutch. Guys, look at this. I had an alignment tool and it fits perfect. I think it was off of my RX-8, but it fit perfect, so I was a little bit like, oh crap, how am I gonna do this part? But we got the tool to be able to do it. I'm also gonna transfer the oil pan over, because this, I think, is like a Gretty style oil pan. I don't know if it's a copy or what, but the other one is the stock. Or maybe I should just keep it on here, and then just to get that car running already. But yeah, here's the motor mount. The motor mount that was on it was this one. So it bolted up completely different. So I just ended up putting that one back on. And then I'm gonna go get the crush washers for the lines. I'm gonna check this to make sure they're tight. Make sure I got no leaks when I go to put this engine back in. But here we're going. We're getting it done. I'm treating it as if it was a waiter and they're waiting for the car. So I gotta work as fast as possible. These pulleys I'm gonna leave on here because I got the gold ones in the trunk. So I'm gonna throw those on this engine. The gold pulleys will go on here. It's gonna look nice. I gotta work on this side. I don't know how hard this side is, but it doesn't look too bad. And then once all that is done, she's ready to go back in. Getting close, guys, getting super close. I'm gonna take the valve cover off and then just pour some oil all around. I'm also gonna try to build up oil pressure before I start it as well. It's really important you build up oil pressure before you start it, instead of just cranking it up or just starting the car, especially when you got a brand new motor. So we'll do that as well. There are some differences in the heads. Like this one has fins on the head versus this one doesn't have any fins. So I could see some small differences between the two motors. Like I said, I think my buddy told me that this was actually a blacktop SR20 with and they had painted the valve cover. I'm gonna take this valve cover off and I'm gonna take it to the shop because we got a sandblaster. So I'm gonna sandblast it and prep it, get it prepped for paint. I'm thinking about doing gold and then black lettering, or maybe black with gold lettering. I'm not sure yet, but that's what I'm gonna go with. And I'm trying to clean up all the parts too as I'm going, so they don't look too dirty. I need to clean up the compressor because that one has seen better days. All right, let's get to it. Let's keep going. Try to get this thing running and driving today. Okay guys, so I got most of the stuff off on this side, the intake side. I got the intake manifold off. All I have to do is take off the motor mount bracket with the motor mount and the alternator, transfer that over, and then I'm gonna also transfer this. I think that's the oil pressure warning light sensor, and then I have to do the clutch and flywheel still yet. I was able to finish up this side. I took off the intake, or not the intake, the valve cover. I'll tell you about that right now. But I put in the gold pulleys that my buddy had. Got the hoses. All the hoses are on. I was just about to put on the intake manifold. Just about to put on the intake manifold. And then I took off the valve cover, and I didn't know that there was no spark plugs in this engine, because that would have saved me. But as I was taking one of the nuts off, it just went boom, down in the cylinder hole. Just when I was just about to, it was just about ready. So now I have to go fishing and get that. This is the bolt, or the nut, my bad. This is the nut that's in there. And for a plus, it's not magnetic. Oh my goodness. So I just went to the store. I bought me one of these. It's like a claw. So here's what I'm gonna see how it opens. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to get some hangers and make them like a L kind of, and like a hook, so I could hook it to where it's straight down, so then I can throw the claw in there, and then hopefully I can pick it up, grab it, and that'll be the end of it. So we'll see. Right now I went to go get plugs. I got brand new iridium plugs for the motor, so they're right here. I'm gonna put those in the other cylinder so that I don't drop anything in those. But I don't know why it is, but every time you get so close to getting it done, you always have something come up. When you're on a roll, I don't know, for me it tends to sometimes happen. Maybe I should work on these butterfingers, huh? Jeez. We got the compressor cleaned up a little bit, make it look nice. But let's work on that right now. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. Hopefully God just, you know, wants to test my fishing skills or something. And I don't know. I'm about to go fishing, guys. Wish me luck. Guys, this is what success looks like. Right there. It worked out. So I'm about to plug that hole so nothing else goes in there, and then we'll continue. It didn't take me too long. Just gotta go fishing. But good thing I caught it. Look at that. Let's keep going. Alright guys, we got it all together. We put the intake on, all the hoses, got the clutch on, everything. So this is a smaller pulley harmonic balancer than the stock one, so I had to go get new belts. So if you guys want the part numbers, these are the part numbers for all the belts. Now we're about to throw it in. Should be pretty quick. I'm just gonna put it in. I'll put like a couple bolts on the trans and the belt housing just to hold it in place, and then tomorrow we'll finish it up. That part will be fun once it's done. Let's get to it. Hey guys, sorry, forgot to set up the camera. I was so excited to get this thing in that I forgot to set the camera up for a time lapse, but she's in. Trans is all bolted up, all that is done, exhaust is on. Now is freaking, we're going downhill now. What's left to do? Just the harness, some of the hoses, the intercooler piping. I gotta take this pulley off, the one for the power steering, and then put a new belt on it, fill it up with oil, put the sway bar on. The oil cooler hoses are on already. Fuel lines are in. She's almost there. I could taste it. It was all right putting it in. It was kind of a mission. I did end up unbolting the trans from the back to give us a little bit of room to be able to move it up and down and get it better aligned with the motor. But other than that, it wasn't too bad. What else? Tomorrow I'll bleed the brakes, so those will be done. Put the front bumper on, and it's gonna look very nice. I already got insurance on it, so all I would need to get is registration to be able to drive it. She's looking good though. And there's the old motor over there. I don't know if you guys can see it. That one, I need to get an engine stand from my friend, and then I'll see what the problem was, what failure, what rod bearings, and don't worry, I'll document it. Let me see my light so you guys can get a better look. But we'll take it all apart. I'm gonna take this valve cover to work, like I said, and I want to paint it, and then I'll end up putting it on that. I ordered the rocker arm stoppers, the Tomei one, so I'm gonna throw it on the motor right here when I get it in. So that'll be going on. Tomorrow's the day, guys. Tomorrow is the day we get to drive this thing finally. I'm excited. All right, until tomorrow.